I was thrilled watching these videos because the advice I give to students when they're trying something new and really complicated, and I'm not walking you through it, is to keep it as simple as possible. Just prove you can do it. If you want to animate something, don't try a walk cycle. Just try to move a circle from one side to the other. Just try something simple. And that's what they talk about in these videos. And when you think about it, this game right here that you created, if you got to this point, you had to have created this. It's got a plane, an object that has height and width, and that's the floor. It has one sphere, which is the player, and then it has cubes. And these cubes are these rotating objects and the walls. That's all there is. Cubes, sphere, and a plane. These are called primitives in the 3D world. They are the simplest objects to work with. And that means that this game followed that advice. It has a counter. It has a message at the end when you gather up all 12 objects. There's not much to it. Okay? It's very simple. So that's what I want you doing here, is to spend time when you're thinking about what's next. I want you to think about these libraries, the documentation. This is all the code we can use to build game objects, right? To have colliders, to figure out how these work. And I don't want every single student who's involved in this to go through all of these different libraries, these different forms of documentation. What does this do? Well, when you click on it, it talks about it. So the idea is for us to build a library of code snippets, things that do things, and we'll have little explanations. And each time you do that, well, more loot. But more importantly, each time you do that, we get a little closer to embedding games into Game On. Because wouldn't it be kind of fun to see your games being played in the classroom? And we'll talk about the details, what my idea is, and I want to hear yours as well. But the idea isn't to make a massive MMO. It is to make little mini games that we can use and tap into the Game On database to be able to affect health or gold or XP. And this should be pretty straightforward once we crack the simplest way, the minimum viable product for interacting with our database. So watch these, and then when you get to the end, let's talk again, okay? I want to hear your ideas once you get to this point, because this is going to be really cool. Have some fun with this. Don't rush. And save everything. Document your work, because we need to gather up the code and build our own library of little game modules.